Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about the working principle of this two-stroke petrol engine. In the last class we all discussed about working principle of four-stroke SI engine as well as four-stroke CI engine. Now let us move to this two-stroke petrol engine and we will see how this two-stroke petrol engine will work. So as the name suggests here you can see only two strokes here, where it was in the previous case where we discussed four-stroke SI engine and four-stroke CI engine. There were four strokes actually: suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke and exhaust stroke. Whereas here in this case we have only two strokes here, so that is the name they have given it as two stroke petrol engine. And in this case you can see what we are discussing here. In two stroke cycle engines, the suction and exhaust strokes are eliminated. They have given it as, in these two strokes, that suction and exhaust strokes are eliminated. Actually these will not be eliminated. Thing is, this suction stroke and exhaust stroke will not be taking place exclusively in a separate stroke. They will be taking place together with that compression stroke and power stroke. So for the remember that even there will be suction, that means supply of air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber, that process will be there. And exhaust stroke, that means removal of or passing out of exhaust gases out of the combustion chamber, that process, even that will also be there. Thing is, actually this suction and this exhaust will not be taking place separately in a it will not be taking place exclusively in a separate stroke. That means they will be taking place together with compression stroke as well as with a power stroke. So that's why we used to call this thing as two stroke petrol engine. We can observe all the four process: suction process, compression process, power process, that is expansion process, and one more is last one is exhaust process. You can observe all these four processes taking place in the two stroke petrol engine. But thing is, actually these exhaust and suction will not be taking place in a separate stroke, will be taking together along with the compression and power stroke. So that I will tell you in the working principle how that will exhaust and suction will be taking place along with this power and compression stroke. Yes, you can see here there are only two strokes remaining, that is the compression stroke and the power stroke, and these are usually called upward stroke and the downward stroke. Actually in this case, in case of two stroke petrol engine, as you already know that what is stroke. So stroke is nothing but what, when the piston reaches from one dead center to another dead center, that is called as one stroke. So here we have, instead of calling it as that is compression stroke and power stroke, usually we call it as upward stroke and downward stroke. Yes, when the piston completes one upward stroke and one downward stroke, yes, one cycle will be completed. So that's why for one cycle it requires only two stroke. So as the name itself suggesting, it for one cycle it requires two stroke. So the two strokes are upward stroke and downward stroke. And one more difference between the four stroke and two stroke petrol engine is, you also, instead of valves, there are inlet and exhaust ports in case of two stroke cycle engines, that I will show you in the construction part in the next slide actually. So in case of four stroke engines, you might have seen that opening and closing of that inlet and exhaust was done by, that is, some valves. There were some valves. Valve will be opening and closing just to permit the entry of fuel and entry exhaust of that gases. Whereas in case of this, will not be find any valves here. Instead of that, we can identify or we can see some ports here. Actually there will be three ports in this two stroke petrol engine, and I will show you in the diagram next. The burnt gases are forced out through the exhaust port by a fresh charge, which enters the cylinder nearly at the end of working stroke through the inlet port. Here actually entry of that air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber and removal of the exhaust gases out of the combustion chamber will be done with the help of those ports actually. So here exhaust gases will be removed with the help of the fresh charges which are entering into the combustion chamber through the inlet port. So that actually one important process. You can see the next sentence here: the process of removing burnt gases from the engine cylinder is known as scavenging. So how that burnt gases will be removed from the engine cylinder means, when a fresh charges enter from that mm, uh, the fresh charges enter that combustion chamber, that fresh charges will forces that exhaust gases to move out of that combustion chamber. That is actually removing of burnt gases, and that process is called as scavenging. So we will show you in the very next slide itself how that actually construction principle of two-stroke engine, as well as what is that scavenging, what are the ports, I will tell you in the very next slide. Yes, you can see here, this is what that construction of this two-stroke petrol engine. So in the earlier case, in the four-stroke petrol engine, we have that inlet valve here and exhaust valve somewhere here, and it is a petrol engine. Yes, there will be a spark plug, that's fine. But here, whereas in case of two-stroke petrol engine, we won't find these valves here. So instead of that, you can see here we have some ports. Yes, these are the openings in that, you can see there in the cylinder itself, engine cylinder itself, we have one opening here that is called as exhaust stroke, and we have one more opening that is this is exhaust port. This is the exhaust port and this is the inlet port. And one more thing is, we have one more port actually, you can see here. Yes, this is the one more port which is called as transfer port. So I will tell you what are the use of these ports actually. So in this two-stroke petrol engine, again it consists of a cylinder and a piston arrangement, and piston will be connected to this crankshaft with the help of connecting rod and a crank. That is common, that is same as that of four-stroke petrol engine. And the next difference is between that four-stroke and two-stroke engines is, here you can see there, in case of two-stroke engine, instead of valves, that ports will be provided, and these are the three ports: exhaust port, inlet port and transfer port. Then we will discuss about position of these ports. So inlet port will be provided below the exhaust port. So this is the exhaust port and this is the inlet port. So inlet port is provided below the exhaust port. Next we will come to position of transfer port. Transfer port is provided diametrically opposite to this exhaust port, but at slightly lower level. You can see that this is where somewhere that exhaust port is locating, but actually this is the transfer port. So that means we will tell the position of transfer port as, transfer port is located diametrically opposite to this exhaust port but at slightly lower level. So this is called as transfer port. I think you can remember these things. This two-stroke engines consists of three ports: exhaust port, inlet port and transfer port. So this inlet port is located below the exhaust port, and transfer port is located diametrically opposite to the exhaust port but at slightly lower level. Yes, this completes the main important thing of this two-stroke petrol engine. And one more thing is, this opening and closing of the ports will be done by piston itself. There is no valves in this case of two-stroke petrol engine. So instead of that, opening and closing of these ports will be done by movement of the piston itself. So this is the most important thing you need to remember for two-stroke petrol engines or two-stroke engines. So when you look at the diagrams or when you go through the textbook, you may find bit difficult when compared to four-stroke engine, because in the four-stroke we will be having the four different stroke, and the four different stroke will be taking place separately, whereas in case of this, so the two strokes will be combined there. So for that, so it looks bit complex, but actually it is not a very complex thing. It is even very easy to understand. That I will tell you where to start and how to start this two-stroke petrol engine. Before that, as I told, remember that, so it consists of ports instead of valves. So one is exhaust port, another one is inlet port, and one more is transfer port. Inlet port is provided below the exhaust port, and transfer port is provided diametrically opposite to this exhaust port but at slightly lower level. This is the main construction part of this two-stroke petrol engine. And one more thing is that opening and closing of the port will be done by piston itself. I will tell you how that opening and closing of the piston will be done. I will tell you how that opening and closing of these ports will be done by piston itself. So we have, as I said, we'll be having two strokes here. You can see that this is the first stroke. These two diagrams will belong to this first stroke. Next, that is second stroke, and these two diagrams represent the second stroke. So this is what you can see there. You can see the direction of piston movement. It is downward. So this will be the downward stroke, and this is actually upward stroke. So you need to write again four diagrams, and two diagrams belongs to first stroke, that is downward stroke, and two more diagrams belong to second stroke, that is called as upward stroke. You can see the direction of arrow here. So first, before going to understand that first stroke and second stroke, or before going to discuss about this first stroke and second stroke, let us discuss about how that air fuel mixture will be entering into this combustion chamber. Let us discuss that thing first. Once you know that how that air fuel mixture enters this uh, uh, engine, then it can easily write that what is that first stroke and what is that second stroke. Yes, you can see here directly. In this case, I will take that diagram 4, that is our diagram D. In this case, you can see here piston which is at bottom dead center is moving towards top dead center, and when it start to move towards top dead center, you can see there first it uncovers this inlet port. As soon as that inlet port is uncovered, we all know that it creates some partial vacuum here where the pressure falls below the atmospheric pressure in the crankcase. So due to that, as soon as it uncovers this inlet port, the air fuel mixture from the carburetor will enter this crankcase through this inlet port, and this will be continued. This entry of air fuel mixture will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke. That means we will come back to this diagram. You can see here this is the downward stroke of piston. So this you can see here entry of air fuel mixture is continuously taking place, and this will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke. Yes, that is what entry of air fuel mixture into the combustion, the crankcase. Next again we will see how that air fuel will move into this engine cylinder, or you can say it as combustion chamber. This is the crankcase. So air fuel mixture will enter this crankcase through this inlet port. That is, when it will enters means when the piston start to move from bottom dead center to top dead center, it uncovers this inlet port. As soon as the inlet port gets uncovered, the air fuel mixture from the carburetor will enter this crankcase through this inlet port, and this will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke. You can see here that was shown here. So this is the descending stroke, half of the descending stroke. Next half of the descending stroke is here, and it is almost covered this inlet port where the entry of air fuel mixture has been stopped. So that is how air fuel mixture enters this crankcase. Next, you need to write how that air fuel mixture will enter this engine cylinder. So we have seen here, you can see there. So when it is coming downward, or when the piston is moving downward, it comes somewhere here, and as soon as it uncovers this transfer port, the air fuel mixture from this crankcase will enter this combustion chamber or engine cylinder. That means when the piston is moving downward, that is towards the descending stroke, it uncovers this transfer port. As soon as the transfer port gets uncovered, this partially compressed air fuel mixture in the crankcase will enter this engine cylinder through this transfer port. I used a word called partially compressed because when the piston is moving downward, you can see there, you all know that when the piston starts to move downward, definitely this air fuel mixture will get compressed slightly. So that's why I have used the word slightly compressed air fuel mixture will enter this engine cylinder through this transfer port as soon as the piston uncovers this transfer port during the descending stroke. Yes, this you need to understand regarding how the air fuel mixture will enter this crankcase and how the air fuel mixture will enter this combustion chamber. You need to read only few sentences there, like we can finish this entry of air fuel mixture into the engine cylinder within 5 to 6 sentences there. I will tell you how to write. So first thing, you will start with the diagram D. Piston will start to move towards top dead center, and it uncovers this inlet port. As soon as the inlet ports get uncovered, air fuel mixture from that carburetor will enter this crankcase through the inlet port. Then this will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke. That means it will be stopped during the next this entry of air fuel mixture will be stopped during the next descending stroke of piston. That is somewhere you can see here. And then again, like as during the descending stroke, it uncovers this transfer port. So as soon as the transfer port gets uncovered, the partially compressed air fuel mixture which is present in the crankcase will enter this engine cylinder or combustion chamber through this transfer port. Yes, this you need to write for entry of air fuel mixture into the crankcase and into the engine cylinder. Once you got to know that, then it's very simple to write that first stroke and second stroke, or you can call it as descending stroke and ascending stroke. It is very simple actually. I think you all understood the entry of air fuel mixture into this crankcase and into this combustion chamber. Next, let us come to this first stroke. In a first stroke, actually, as I said, we won't discuss much about this suction and exhaust here, because that suction and exhaust will be taking place along with that compression and power stroke. So directly we will begin with power stroke here. First stroke, you can see there, we will begin with that power stroke itself here. Power stroke, in the sense, you all know that compressed air fuel mixture here will be ignited by the spark which is given out by the spark plug. The spark plug will gives out the spark, and the spark which comes out will ignite the air fuel mixture in the engine cylinder. And as soon as that air fuel mixture undergo combustion, it releases that enormous amount of exhaust gases. Those exhaust gases will try to expand, and because of that, it exerts the pressure on the piston. It makes the piston to move downward, and piston will start to move downward, and you can see there will start to move downward. And during when the piston start to move downward, it first uncovers this exhaust port. You can see that when it is coming downward, it uncovers this exhaust port. That means part of that exhaust gases will move out through this exhaust port, and again further its downward movement will make the piston to uncover this transfer port. You can see here that is specifically shown in the second diagram. Piston uncovers transfer port during the first stroke. So it first uncovers this exhaust port. Part of the exhaust gases will goes out of the combustion chamber, and next during its downward movement it uncovers this transfer port. And you all know that as soon as the transfer port gets uncovered, the partially compressed air fuel mixture will enters this engine cylinder through this transfer port. That is actually charge, that is air fuel mixture, that enters this combustion chamber through this transfer port. And it is already, we told that it's a partially compressed, so its pressure will be somewhat higher than that of this expanded exhaust gases. So the fresh charge which enters this combustion chamber will forces the exhaust gases to move out of this combustion chamber through this exhaust port. So that process is called as scavenging. That is what I told in the first slide itself. So removal of exhaust gases from the combustion chamber with the entry of fresh charge is called as scavenging. This definition is very important. They will ask you. So remember that scavenging is a process of removal of exhaust gases from the combustion chamber with the entry of fresh charge is called as scavenging process. So that is actually first stroke. It's very simple. I will tell you once again. The first stroke, let us begin with the power stroke. So the spark plug will give the spark, and the spark will ignite that air fuel mixture in the combustion chamber, and because of that enormous amount of exhaust gases will be released, and those exhaust gases will try to expand. That means will make the piston to move downward, and that is actually downward stroke. Piston will start to move towards bottom dead center, and during its movement first it uncovers the exhaust port, thereby which part of the exhaust gases will goes out. Then again in its downward movement it uncovers the transfer port. So as soon as the piston uncovers the transfer port, the slightly compressed air fuel mixture will enters this combustion chamber through this transfer port, and the fresh charge which enters here, which enters the engine cylinder, will forces all the exhaust gases to move out of this combustion chamber through this exhaust port. So that process is called as scavenging. You can write the definition once. The process of removing the exhaust gases from the engine cylinder with the help of fresh charge, it is called as scavenging process. Yes, this you need to write for first stroke. That is regarding that, or you can call it as downward stroke. Next, let us move to the second stroke or upward stroke. In upward stroke, the piston will be at bottom dead center and will move towards top dead center. You can see that. So now that piston will start to move towards top dead center from the bottom dead center, and during its upward movement it first covers this transfer port. So specifically they have mentioned here transfer port covered. As soon as it covers the transfer port, the entry of compressed air fuel mixture into the engine cylinder will be stopped. And again, still it upward movements covers this exhaust port. That means exhaust gases flowing out of, that is exhaust gases which are here will be flows out through this exhaust port, that will be stopped as soon as it covers the exhaust port. And when it is covering the exhaust port, you can see here which uncovers this inlet port. As already we have discussed that fourth diagram, entry of air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber. So its upward movement covers the transfer port first, and then again further its upward movement covers this exhaust port, and it uncovers the inlet port. So as soon as it uncovers the inlet port, entry of air fuel mixture into that crankcase will begin once again, and that will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke. And further the upward movement of the piston will causes this compression of air fuel mixture. Yes, this is what actually compression stroke, and this is power stroke. That's why, so they have given the name for this thing as two-stroke engine. Whereas you can see here the compression is taking place as well as suction is also taking place, you can see here. And here power is taking place again, still the suction is taking, and the power stroke is taking place, and exhaust is also taking place. So that's why I told that in this case suction and exhaust will not be taking place in a separate stroke. They will be taking place along with this power stroke and compression stroke. Compression is taking place here, along with that even the suction stroke is also taking place. The suction process is also taking place, and here exhaust is also taking place, and power stroke is also taking place here. So that's why here we can see only two strokes here, that is power stroke and the compression stroke, whereas suction and exhaust strokes will not be taking place in a separate stroke. So that's why the name two-stroke engines actually. So this completes this two-stroke petrol engine, and I will revise this once again, and I will tell you even the very simple way of remembering this two-stroke engine. If you remember that, then clearly you can write that working principle of two-stroke engine without any hiccups. So first I will tell you this procedure of working principle of two-stroke petrol engine once again. Then I will tell you some hint to remember this working of two-stroke petrol engine. Yes, let us recall that working principle once again. So we will write these four diagrams. So these two diagrams belongs to first stroke, that is downward stroke, and these two diagrams belongs to second stroke, that is upward stroke. So first you can write that in a two-stroke engine, valves are replaced by ports, and there are three ports: exhaust port, inlet port, and transfer port. Inlet port is located below the exhaust port, and transfer port is located diametrically opposite to the exhaust port but at slightly lower level. That completes the construction part of this two-stroke engine. Next, write entry of air fuel mixture into this crankcase there. So for that we will directly start with the diagram 4 there. So when the piston start to move towards top dead center from the bottom dead center, it uncovers this inlet port. So as soon as the inlet ports get uncovered, this air fuel mixture from the carburetor will enter the crankcase through this inlet port, and this will be continued until the piston covers this inlet port during the next descending stroke, that is shown in the diagram 2. In the descending stroke, piston covers this inlet port. As soon as that it covers that inlet port, entry of air fuel mixture will be stopped. And again, when it is coming downward and in the descending stroke, it covers the inlet port and it uncovers this transfer port. So as soon as the transfer port gets uncovered, so slightly compressed air fuel mixture will enter this engine cylinder through this transfer port. Yes, this you need to write entry of air fuel mixture into the combustion chamber. If you want, you can finish it within 4 to 5 sentences itself, not more than that. Simply you can write in that upward stroke, it uncovers inlet port and air fuel mixture will enter the crankcase. In the downward stroke, it covers this inlet port, it uncovers the transfer port. So as soon as that transfer port gets uncovered, partially compressed air fuel mixture will enter into this combustion chamber. Yes, you just write this much for entry of air fuel mixture into this combustion chamber. That's fine. Next, after that, let us begin with first stroke and the second stroke. So first stroke, I told that you need to start with a power stroke in case of this two-stroke engine. So that spark plug will give the spark. That spark which comes out will ignite the air fuel mixture. So as soon as that air fuel mixture gets ignited, it releases enormous amount of exhaust gases. Those exhaust gases will make the piston to move downward. That is actually downward stroke. And when the piston start to move downward, it uncovers the exhaust port. So part of that exhaust gases will move out of the combustion chamber, and further downward movement of the piston will uncover this transfer port. So as soon as the transfer ports get uncovered, partially compressed air fuel mixture in the crankcase will enter this combustion chamber through this transfer port, and the fresh charge which comes here will forces all the exhaust gases to move out of this combustion chamber. That process is called as scavenging. Write the definition of scavenging once again: the process of removal of exhaust gases from the combustion chamber with the help of fresh charge is called as scavenging. That completes this first stroke or downward stroke. Next come to this upward stroke or the second stroke. In the upward stroke, the piston will start to move from bottom dead center to top dead center, and during its movement it first covers this transfer port. That means the entry of slightly compressed air fuel mixture into the engine cylinder will be stopped. Then it covers this exhaust port. That is, charges flowing out will be stopped as soon as it covers the exhaust port, and further it upward movements will uncovers this inlet port. So as soon as the inlet ports get uncovered, the air fuel mixture from the carburetor will enter into the crankcase. So this is the next, and again along with that, when due to further it upward movement will causes the compression of air fuel mixture which is present in the engine cylinder. So this completes the second stroke, or you can call it as that is upward stroke. And again, when it moves to top dead center, you all know that spark plug will give us the spark. Again will initiate the starting of this stroke, actually it is power stroke. So this completes the working principle of this two stroke petrol engine. It's very simple, as I said. You need to write only this much regarding two stroke petrol engine, and I told that I will tell you a hint to remember this. So it's very simple actually. You can remember in a one simple way. So it is a first stroke, that is downward stroke. You can remember this. In the downward stroke, it uncovers exhaust port and uncovers transfer port, whereas it covers this inlet port. Remember this. So you can remember in such a way that when the piston moving downward, which port will be uncovered and which port will be covered, and when the piston moving upward, which ports will be covered, which port will be uncovered. You can remember that. So it's very simple actually. It's during its downward movement, you can see in the second diagram, during its downward movement it uncovers exhaust port and a transfer port, whereas it covers this inlet port. In the upward stroke, it covers this transfer port and the exhaust port, whereas it uncovers the inlet port. So this is a simple way to remember this two stroke petrol engine. You all know that what is the function of exhaust port, inlet port and transfer port, and once you know that function of those ports, along with that, if you know during this downward movement of the piston it uncovers exhaust port and transfer port, whereas it covers the inlet port, and it's during its upward movement it covers these two, that is exhaust port and transfer port, whereas it uncovers the inlet port. So this is the simplest way to remember this two stroke petrol engine, and if you remember this, definitely you can easily write the working principle of two stroke petrol engine. So that's it. That is regarding this working principle of two stroke petrol engine.